Hey, what's up, family? I am sending this message out to you all because I really enjoyed, for those of you who were in a bit of a text thread earlier this year, I proposed that we, as a family, as a part of what we're doing with early money and a part of what we're doing with exploring our own generational wealth and where we go from here, um, I really enjoyed some of the feedback that I got about the book Think and Grow Rich. For those of you who are hearing this, who were in that thread and even dove into the book a little bit, it was a really cool experience just to share something I was reading and get some feedback from other people's thoughts on what we were reading. We didn't really go down deep down the rabbit hole on it, um, but I've read the book 1.5 times now and plan on continuing to, along with others in that family of books, and it was profound for me. It really helped me to get a better understanding of what wealth is and what it looks and feels like, and what actions are necessary in order to move towards that path. And I've been really excited about the collective nature of our family financial talks, the early money movement, the insights coming out of early money, and what Ron is doing to support our general growth in our knowledge. And I appreciate you all's support of the early money movement. It's been cool to see as this process is in development. And one of the things that we talked about is the process of becoming a content creator and the value of sharing stories with each other. And I want to share a story, honestly. I'm feeling really good in life right now, and it's because of some of those readings that I've been doing and a lot more centering on my heart, really understanding what moves me, what drives me. As some of you know, I've started a school for creative thinking called the Alien School. I'll talk more about that, in some of the times that we get together, and I'll be talking more about that publicly in general because it's been such an incredible journey. Starting a school in general, all the connections that are coming from that, the general dialogue about education, the general dialogue about creativity, something I love deeply. But one of the other conversations that's been very regular is the health conversation alongside the wealth conversation. How we take care of ourselves and what we can do individually, but then what we can do as a collective to support each other. And so as part of that collective support, I want to invite you all into another book club because my brother and I have started reading this book called Becoming Supernatural. He and I and another gentleman named Charles Woolfork, who hosts a podcast called Drop Your Baggage. We're all in a call on Fridays. We had one earlier today to talk about this book because it is a really interesting exploration of what we can do individually in our own bodies, in our own minds, in our own hearts to express joy inward that then gets expressed outward, right? That kind of transforms a bit of our experience in life and experience of the joys of life, and experience of all the challenges of life with a little bit more centeredness, with a little bit more connectedness to the fact that we're all going through something in one way or another. I think it's valuable to take the time to consider the fact that we're all going through something in one way or another, and that some of the things that we are experiencing are collective. Not necessarily, we're not all experiencing exactly the same things, but some of the same challenges. Because we're all human beings living in, the world of structures that we all need to adhere to and work through. And it's powerful. It's a powerful process, life, this whole experience of living and teaching ourselves through each other, growing and learning through our jobs and our work and our people and our families. It's really, really dope. And I'm enjoying that experience more and more because of all the things that I'm learning, in my own journey but also from you all, from my family, from my experience with you all as my family, from your encouragement. Those of you who know about the Alien School, and those of you who have just been along my career ride, during my years in advertising. It's been really, really cool. And I'm starting to see it through a different lens now because of this particular book. It's written by this doctor named Joe Dispenza. But quite honestly, in this case, the human who wrote the book doesn't really matter. The insights in there about how our heart and minds and brains interact, how our heart, minds, and brain interact, they're really profound, and they're very simple, but explained through examples. There's a lot of technicality in there about all kinds of science stuff that I think is cool, and along the way, if you want to join this book club, then I will do what I can to provide some additional resources and things to help to understand some of the scientific elements in here. But there's a lot in the book that you don't need that. It really is about the power of positive thought. To break it down fully, it's about the power of positive thought to not just heal ailments in the mind and in the body, but to kind of supercharge us, with some practice. Yeah, there's some meditation involved and some practices in here that I think are really valuable. But just the awareness that we have the ability as humans to do better for ourselves just through our relationship with our own experience is a really, really powerful, really profound thing. And so I wanted to send this message out instead of a text thread, so you hear directly from me what my thoughts are. And I've lived a long life. I've read a lot of things. I've heard a lot of things. There's nothing in here and nothing in this book club, nothing in this book that negates anything that anybody knows. It's like, you know what you know, I know what I know. It's a beautiful thing that we know what we know, and we've had the experiences. But we can always layer in really beautiful information on top of that, and really beautiful learnings on top of that. And the years and years of research and practices that are chronicled in this book really do talk about the supernatural nature of our beings, like who we are. Just the physicality of who we are and what we've got available to us, this massive brain, this dynamic heart, and all the experiences that inform how both of them talk to each other. It's like wild and beautiful. So this is an invitation. This is an invitation from me to you to join this journey of learning about your supernaturalness. And these are just words. Becoming supernatural, just words. Like everybody's experience with it is going to be different. Everybody's practice with it is going to be different. It's a long audiobook. It's a thick book. But we can take it in chunks and just talk about kind of our life and our experience, and how some of these meditations and some of the insights and some of the science in the book can help us to reflect on all the good in our lives and have a better relationship with some of the challenges that we face. It's really powerful. I will send out the invitation via email to the book club gatherings, the same way that Ron and Robin send out the early money connects and links. You'll be getting those, and if you show up, it'd be amazing. My mother and I have been having a lot of great talks about the mind, body, spirit, health connection, and positive thinking, releasing worry, releasing stress, allowing things to be, really appreciating the beauty of the experience that we're in right now. And there's a lot that I've been digesting that has been really helpful for me in connecting with the beauty of my experience. My son is back from the summer with his mother, and you guys have been incredible supporters of his joy. And I think the more that we are finding those joyful things within our family unit to celebrate and those challenging things in our family unit to go through together. Um, the more that we can just unify, that we can find our wholeness and we can find our unity. So I'm forwarding this to you. Please forward it to anybody in the family that is not on this text thread that may want to join the calls. Please forward the invitation to anybody who wants to join. We'll have a format and an agenda, ultimately for the book club calls. And I just appreciate you being there if you take the time to join and really, really do honor this time. So thank you for taking the time to listen. I didn't think it'd be right to try to send all this in a text message or a text thread or a WhatsApp. I thought, just here's me talking to you, to the family, directly from my heart. One that's really filled with all kinds of goodness and energy and love right now. And I'm going to fill it up some more, and hopefully we'll do some of that together. I love you all. I appreciate you all. I'm so happy to be honoring Nana's love and my grandmother's love and the family love and the family unit. So glad to be back and reconnected with you all. It's been a minute since we've all been in the same place, and then we had a huge gap in our connection during some years where I had to really dive deep into myself, and I appreciate the welcoming and the warmth of our connection, our reunion, our unification, and there's so much more there. So thank you, peace and love, and I will see you all in some text threads, I'm sure, and I will see you all on some of these book club calls. Becoming Superhuman is the book. There'll be some links as well at the bottom of this video to find places to read, buy, listen to the book. Check out some videos on YouTube from Dr. Joe. He's got some really cool things there. But again, this is not about the person who wrote the book. This is really about the teachings and the people who've experienced the wisdom that's in the book. Great examples, great case studies, and just really great wisdom. So cool stuff here. I love you all. Look forward to seeing, talking, chatting, texting, all of it. One love.